This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.
Yo, what up, though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep It a C-Note podcast. As always, I am your boy Brown. To the left of me, we got
John.
To the left of John, we got
Vito.
Fellas, what's going on?
It's good.
Nah, same old shit.
Another week.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's tuned in. This your first time tuning in. Salute to you. Do us a favor. Please hit the sub button, like button, and the bell so you can stay notified when we drop new content. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you agree with something, disagree with something, want to correct us on something, or if you just want to call one of us an Oouuber, let us know in the comments. And make sure you share this video with someone that likes to talk sports and entertainment just like you so that we can all talk that talk together. Funniest thing I've seen over the weekend, the No Bull Tour. Scottie, Pippen, Luke Longley, and my homie Horace Grant, who I've tried to defend numerous times, especially against the lefty.
No, you wasn't defending, you was projecting. There's a difference.
All of that. You know what I mean? But I've always tried to show Horace Grant some love. But these guys are crazy. Yeah. Scottie Pippen, his whole being relevant these days still has to do with Michael Jordan. Yep. Horace Grant, I don't know why he's acting like that. And Luke Longley, you gotta be kidding me. Luke Longley stole 3 rings on Jordan watch. He's only averaged double digits once ever in his career. He's never averaged more than 5 rebounds a game. This dude is a dud. And they running around talking crazy about Mike. One thing I will say before I get y'all comments, Scottie, Horace Grant, you guys were on that team that three-peated. Yep. Jordan retired. Both of y'all was still on that team. Y'all lost to the Knicks. No disrespect, Vito. But that's the team that Jordan owned. He would never lose to the Knicks. And y'all lost to the Knicks. And I believe it was second round. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. What we talking about? What y'all got?
I don't know about Luke Longley. Like, in the documentary, he kind of co-signed damn near everything Jordan said. Now for him to go on tour and go against it. Now, if anybody I'm believing is Horace, because he wasn't trying to hear that shit during the documentary.
Right.
But Scottie, he flip and flop. 1 week he's saying Jordan's the best, then he's saying LeBron, depending on if his period on or not.
Right.
And then I see some shit him saying Michael Jordan before he got there, he was a horrible player.
Right.
Okay. What makes him the horrible player when you got there? You wasn't doing shit.
Nothing.
He talking about we didn't start winning until we became a team. So basically he's saying when he got there, they became an official team. Man, get the fuck out of here. What did he average, like 7 points?
7 points.
Damn.
Wasn't starting or nothing.
Come on, Scottie. Scottie on some bullshit. You got Jordan's son knocking down his wife.
That's where all the extra hate
I think they done.
Yeah, they might be done now, but that's
that was a master plan. Yeah, just to let you know, nigga, I still control you outside of basketball.
Yeah.
No,
what you think, John?
I think it should be called the I'm Broke Tour, basically. I think that these Bulls is out here, I don't know, for publicity, for some bread or something. I don't know if they just broke, but they should be thankful for what Jordan did, bro. Like, right. For them to be like this, you ungrateful motherfuckers, I'll be pissed. Right. Horace Grant, Luke Longley, what? Y'all should keep y'all mouth shut, man. Right. And Scottie Pippen, I don't know. This shit got like the Isaiah Thomas vibe to me all over, where it's just like you're just every time you get some spotlight, you have to throw shade on Jordan and shit. Now I understand what Isaiah Thomas, like, he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. But Scottie is just hate, bro. Like, y'all got 6 rings together, man.
Right. Let me ask y'all one question now. If anybody was able to get away with criticizing Jordan back in that era, do you think it's Phil Jackson? Like, do you think people would knock Phil Jackson if he came out and said, like, basically, I'm the reason why?
I would, because he's not. Players make coaches. Coaches don't make players.
I wouldn't be trying to hear that.
Very rarely will a coach make a player, but it's not really. Even in them cases, you just put the player in position to do what he already do anyway.
Right.
If anybody I feel like can critique Mike, it is Horace. Because Horace, even though he won with another team, but he still, like, his team was still stacked. But at the end of the day, I feel like his shit is less malice in it and more so him just speaking his mind. Like you said, Scottie must have another book coming out or something.
Right.
Maybe trying to sell this book or some shit.
I don't know.
Or maybe he got a diss record or some shit. Because Scottie knows some bullshit.
Yeah. No board tour, people. What's your thoughts on?
What you think about Phil though? What you think? You think he can?
No, I don't think. I think what you think. I don't think Phil would be able to criticize Mike neither. I don't think nobody could criticize Mike. He helped everybody get jewelry.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Even though Phil did get jewelry after him, but you know.
Well, Mike 2.0, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No board tour, people. Keep it a C note. What's your thoughts on it? Recently I've taken a lot of criticism on somebody's post. They posted something about Tyrese Maxey. John, you and I had the episode where we was talking about Tyrese Maxey, and my thing that I said is Tyrese Maxey is the second option right now on his team, but I don't think Tyrese Maxey is a legit number two second option. And what I mean by legit number two is like what you're saying, when you had Shaq and then you got Kobe, like, you know what I mean? To me, you can't build the team around Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey, to me, is more of a spark. People got upset when I said that. They really got upset because I compared him to, like, Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams, like that type of spark. But I want to know, do y'all think that Maxey is a legit number two? Like, you can build around him.
Here's my thing. I do think he's a legit number two. Like you said, I believe he's a scorer. When Embiid is in the game, the number one option is in the game, he plays up to that part. Now, can he pull it off by himself? Paul? No, I don't think he can, like, hold the Sixers on his own. And it, to me, it's hard to fathom, like, a lot of these NBA players that are second options to build a team around the second option. I'm building my team around the first option. Right. But second option, yeah, you're supposed to have that skill set to be able to carry a team if your first option goes out. But I don't know. But you do what you said does have some credibility, because we've seen that Maxey at this time is struggling to keep the Sixers afloat while Embiid is out.
Before Vito answer, benefit of the doubt. This team is still, he's now the first option on a team that was built for Joel Embiid. So what I want y'all to do is keep in mind, if you're building a team directly off of Tyrese Maxey, could he be the number one option? Can you build a winning team around him?
I think so.
Okay, why you think so?
I think so because what solidified it for me is when Harden came over there. And Harden was supposed to be the second option, and Maxey surpassed him and shined like a motherfucker. Now, it's natural for him to, like, struggle a little bit because he's not used to being the number one option. But once he get in his rhythm, because, like, back-to-back games, get in the rhythm, because when Embiid was healthy and he missed games here and there, Maxey was going crazy every time Embiid was out. So now that he's going to miss a good period of time, we're going to see. But I think if you build a team around him, because he got speed, he can shoot, he got IQ, I think you can build a team around him. All you need is a solid big man. You don't even need a big man that can score, just somebody can rebound and outlet.
I don't think he could do it by himself and building a team around him. I think you need that number one option and build that team around them. Like, I think Maxey, he still needs some players to help him out in his game, to still open up the floor a little bit.
Right.
But to make Maxey a number one option and to build a team around him, I don't see it.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, he averaged 6 assists, but I think that's on accident. To me, Tyrese Maxey is a scorer. Yeah. That's flat out it. He's a scorer. But he doesn't have too much else with his game for me that you can build a team around. That's just my thoughts.
But think about, like, there's a few guys who strictly get assists because that's what they're looking for. But a guy like Russell Westbrook, James Harden are scorers first. and they get assists on the strength that everybody know they going to the basket or looking for the shot, and somebody's gonna pop up because they might get doubled.
Yeah, but them guys is going to also crash the boards, especially Russ. Harden in his prime, too. He was getting 5-6 rebounds. Like I'm saying, Tyrese Maxey, on a great day from Tyrese Maxey, you going to get 50 points, 4 assists, and a bunch of shots.
But you know why you're only getting 4 assists? Because when he passed the ball to Embiid, he's going to take 3 or 4 dribbles, spin, fucking moonwalk to the 3-point line. He can do a whole lot of shit that takes away instead of just shooting that shit.
I agree. So let me ask y'all this, though, right? Right now, if you got to do top 3 second options in the NBA, legit second options, guys that you can build a team around. And I want to exclude guys like Dame Lillard, KD, who's on teams now where they may be the second option, but they've already been that guy. John, who's your top 3 legit second options in the NBA right now?
Actually, it's funny that all 3 of my top 3 second options are point guards.
Okay, who you got?
I got Jamal Murray.
Okay.
I got Tyrese Maxey, and I had De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox is the number one.
No,
option.
but see, I feel as though Sabonis is number 1 because of what he averaged. He, to me, is the number 1 option. I thought the same thing too.
Who get more shot attempts?
That don't always mean.
And the offense runs through De'Aaron Fox.
So if I had to take him out, what about somebody like a Brandon Ingram or a Chet Holmgren?
That would be
Chet,
up.
I think Brandon might be the number 1 option for them too.
Not Zion?
Nah, I don't got Zion as the number 1 option. All right, so you would put Chet.
I'll put Chet up there.
Okay,
Jamal,
now which order though? Which way they going?
I'm doing Jamal first.
Number 1.
Yeah, and then I'll put Chet then Maxey.
Okay. Who you got, Vito?
See, one of them is kind of give or take because he's technically the number 2, but I feel like he's not 1. That's Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson.
Oh,
Brunson.
I thought you was talking about
Brunson
Jalen
really,
Brown.
to me is number 1 option.
Yeah, I got him as the first option.
But technically, he's number 2 because of Randall. But
Okay.
that's just my.
And I thought that same thing. Yeah.
But, I'm gonna go. My number 3 is Jalen Green for the Rockets.
Okay.
He coming into his own. Like he always was good, but I feel like the game is slowing down for him now.
Okay.
He's looking a lot better. My number 2 is Jaren Jackson.
Okay.
I wasn't big on him at first, but he showed me a lot since Ja been out, and even when Ja been in, he get blocks. I feel like he shoot too many jump shots, but that shit going from time to time. And my number 1 is Garland.
Darius Garland.
Yeah, because he was the number 1 option at one time.
All right. Here's a funny thing with that. I thought about Jaren Jackson, but being as though they look so horrible when he was the number 1 option, I said, "Oh no, I can't put him in there." Number 3, I'm gonna say because you just hit on Darius Garland. Pause. He was the number 1 option, right? He went to the number 2 option, so I excluded him. But I did put Evan Mobley, who is now the 3rd option. I think Evan Mobley you can build the team around because he does everything.
Yeah.
He got defense, he can rebound, he can score, he can shoot. So that would be my number 3. My number 2 would be Jamal Murray. And he's only number 2 is because he's had injuries and he's getting up there in age. My number 1 is Chet Holmgren. I've seen enough from Chet Holmgren after the half a season to know that as long as he's healthy, he can be somebody that you build around.
All right.
That's my thoughts.
Can I throw out some names to see if they credible mentions? I mean, what about Cat?
I feel like Cat's the number 1 option.
So Anthony Edwards isn't the.
Not yet.
He's
better.
So would you put Anthony Edwards then?
I got Anthony Edwards. He's their number 1 option right now. And for me, Carl Anthony Towns. Yeah, Carl Anthony Towns has already showed me that he can't be a number 1 option.
I feel like he's still the number 1 because he get.
You don't think you can't build a team around Cat?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
I think so. I like Cat.
But see,
too much of a finesse play.
And to me, I want to give a shout out to, I think, a lot of second options to the older guys. I like Kyrie. Is he a nice second option on Dallas?
He is, but he can't be a second option. He holds the ball. True.
I'm done with them guys. Them older guys, I'm done
KD?
with them. KD.
No
I'm
Paul
done
George?
I'm done with all of them.
Nah, Paul George still get busy.
What about AD?
I'm done with all of them, man. I'm done with all of them. Paul George still get busy, but here's the thing. It may just be me. Maybe I'm just a mush. I keep saying it. But every time I start to give Paul George some love, some nut stuff happens. So pause. I'm off that. But let me ask you this, though. NBA, we seen it weeks ago where somebody was talking about it. I want to ask y'all right now, your whole life watching the NBA, who has the deepest bag that you would say in the NBA that you've ever seen?
Now we talking
like can do
all
everything,
moves, not just
everything.
handles.
I'm Penny.
You going Penny?
Yep.
Nah.
Prime Penny. Sorry, prime. It'll be yeah, Prime Penny, bro.
See, I'm gonna go
and Grant
different.
Hill.
I'm not gonna go like because I got a few guys. I'm not gonna go the main like the obvious answers like guys like that. I'm gonna go guys like Kenny Anderson.
Okay, why you say Kenny Anderson? Because he a lefty?
Not just because he a lefty. Like he one of the first dudes when I seen one of the meanest in and outs I ever seen in my life.
Okay.
And he get quick first steps. It ain't a whole lot of fancy shit, but he get done. Rod. Kyrie, uncle.
Rod Strickland.
Yeah.
Rod get busy. He's the first person I ever seen do the Euro step to the point where they was calling Walker. They didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Of course, Kyrie, but Steve Nash.
Okay.
He don't get the credit.
Yep.
Steve Nash got everything, and he was a way better shooter. He just didn't take many shots. White chocolate shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Steve Francis.
Shout out Steve Francis.
And my sleeper, like most of you young motherfuckers ain't gonna know about him. Look him up. Carlos Arroyo.
Carlos Arroyo.
Okay.
Carlos Arroyo. You see what he's doing in the U.S. in the games?
Yeah.
Carlos, nasty.
I would have to throw Chris Jackson out there too, man.
Mahmoud.
Yeah, Mahmoud,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, shout out Mahmoud.
He
Yeah,
didn't just
yo,
shoot. He didn't just shoot.
Listen, to me, is only one answer that I've seen Mike, I've seen Kobe, I've seen all these guys.
I forgot T-Mac. Probably the deepest.
Ding,
That's
ding,
who
ding,
you
ding,
going,
ding,
T-Mac?
ding. T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. Shout out Tracy McGrady, my favorite, top 3 favorite players of all time. Tracy McGrady had the deepest bag that I seen. Pause.
Yeah.
Before Steph Curry was shooting from all the way out there, Mac was doing that. Mac had handles. He was like 6'8". He could post up. He'll dunk on you. He'll punch his shot.
He got better D than he get credit for.
Tracy McGrady, the only thing that stopped two things stopped Tracy McGrady. Leaving Orlando and injuries. And the only reason why, and they go hand in hand, the only reason why I say leaving Orlando, because if you look at Tracy McGrady last year in Orlando, first year in Houston, last year in Orlando, he was slimmer than Jim. Pause. First year in Houston is like that guy gained like 30 pounds to me. And you see the difference, and that's what I think caused the injuries. But him in Orlando, that guy was different.
Yeah, he was.
And whoever you put LeBron and them, I'm excluding Mike, but you Kobe, LeBron, Young Melo, he gave all of them guys
and
gas.
his back to the basket game was better than all of them.
Yes.
And his top of the key, one step hezzy pull up, that shit is the best I've seen.
And Mac, even though because I even criticized Mac for this because I was an Orlando fan. He never got out the first round, but he was going to the playoffs with Bo Outlaw, Andrew DeClerc.
Darryl Armstrong.
Yeah, guys like that. So shout out T-Mac. To me, T-Mac, deepest bag I've ever seen. Y'all seen Ryan, he leaked the footage of Devin Haney, Tank Davis sparring. He leaked the clip. What's your thoughts on it?
I think Ryan is actually smart.
Okay.
I feel like he's creating controversy
To sell the fight?
to sell fights.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
And I thought he wasn't fucking with
Oscar?
With Oscar, but I see Oscar still out there, so I don't know what the fuck is going on with that.
It might just be a whole movie
Yeah.
because controversy sells. I agree with you, Vito. Ryan Garcia even if he lose to Devin Haney, he's going to keep getting big fights because he can sell a fight.
All right.
What
And
you think about the clip, though, John?
the clip was all right, and I still give credit to Devin Haney for him being a young bull. Whatchamacallit, he has 4 years on top of Haney.
Yeah,
4
pause.
years, and for what he did in that ring as a teenager during that time, a shout out to Haney.
Right. And as a teenager, he was 17 at the time. So
Yeah, so and he's in there with Tank, bro.
Tank was throwing bombs.
He was
and
throwing
that-
bombs.
And he stood up.
And for the record, that's not
The whole thing, yeah.
That's not the
And-
whole
and the
thing.
fact
Because
that-
they did say that Dev ended up winning that sparring session.
He had
so.
some nice, clean hits on that joint. But see, Ryan Garcia, you leaking the tape of somebody that whooped your ass, bro. Tank whooped your ass.
Right.
But I don't respect that. Even though Tank did beat him, I don't respect that win because of the rehydration clause and all that extra shit. Come
Yeah,
on.
I don't. That is an issue, but
Yeah.
you can't respect a guy that don't get up, bro. Like you gotta get up.
You gotta get up.
It's easy for us
Man,
right
come
here
on,
saying
man.
you gotta get. If you get hit with a body shot, and
Us,
you
if
can't-
I get hit with a body shot from
He ain't want
Tank
no
in that
more
ring,
work from
I'm
Tank.
taking that. Pause.
no, you're not.
Yes, I am. No, I mean, I'm taking it. I'm going out.
Yeah.
That's me because I want to chat. But
Nah.
Ryan is, come on, man.
We don't know
Ryan
what
is a
that boy was
pro.
feeling, man.
Yeah, I know what he's feeling. That money that was hitting his bank account.
And that's
Come on,
exactly
man.
what he's doing on this one. He's getting that publicity to get that money, to get that bag.
We talked about Dame Dash. They told him he has the,
Look at your phone.
my phone. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. I got you. We talked about Dame Dash, right? He had to sell his shares of Rockefeller so he can pay the guy back. There's a rumor now that Dame Dash, who owns 1/3 of Reasonable Doubt Masters, there's a rumor that he's selling those masters to Cam and Mace. But the bigger rumor is that they're gonna flip the masters and sell it to Nas.
That's
Keep
love.
it a C note. What's your thoughts on that?
That's
man?
a G move. I hope that shit does go down.
Me too.
Piss the
That's-
hell out of Jay
That's
Z
love.
off.
Even
He
though
be mad
Nas
as hell.
and Jay are rivals, they also homies at the same time. So they're still competitive in what they do. But at the end of the day, you're still keeping it in hip hop. So I don't got a problem with that.
That's
I still think it's fucked up though that he has to sell his shares
that's-
anyway.
that-
And like
it's more to it than what they saying.
I don't know.
Something right about that.
It's messed up behind closed doors, but I mean, for him to do that, I think that's a G move. Hell yeah! I hope Nas do get that shit.
if Nas gets 1/3 of Reasonable Doubt, that's the ultimate ether. That's checkmate. It's over.
He already gets a check every time they play. He gets royalties on
Dead
on that
President.
song. Yeah, Dead President.
But
So-
listen, over the years, because I've said it before, and I don't want to harp on it, but when Ether first came out, Takeover first came out, there was a lot of people that said Takeover was all facts, Ether was all jokes. Years later, we're starting to find out that Ether was all facts and Takeover was just a rap song.
Nah, some of that Summer Jam screen and all that ballerina shit, that shit was true.
But that now I'm talking about referring to Nas, not
Oh, okay.
Prodigy. I'm not talking about that. It seems like because when Nas said your man stabbed under made you, everybody thought that was a joke. Years later, unsaid.
Unsaid, yeah, he didn't do it.
No, Nas been said I get paid off of when you sample my voice. Jay said I know who I paid.
Church like publishing.
Yeah, and then MC Search comes out and says Nas owns some of that. So you see, so what I'm saying is what we perceived as jokes and what we perceived as facts, like we got it backwards back then, and we're seeing that more and more. That's the ultimate checkmate for me. It's a bunch of Diddy allegations. Do you have any thoughts on the thousands of allegations from Diddy? Anything you want to talk about? Keep it a C note.
I just want to say, I feel like it's not a coincidence that when he tried to make that move with that company and tried to sue them, that all this shit, you just see a snowball effect.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I think it's coming from.
What's your thoughts on it, John?
I think Diddy one of them weirdo bulls, man. I do. He's one of them weirdo bulls, and he's definitely the example of one of them Hollywood music people because he's in. I'm sure he's into that weirdo shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm not putting nothing past him. All these allegations that's coming out, I'm not putting it past him. But
you know what I want to say though.
But
what makes it worse about all these situations when they with the allegations and being freaky Jason bulls. Yeah. If you are, nobody really gives a fuck.
I don't. Yeah, that's the thing.
Trying to hide it makes it worse.
Yeah, and I think that's what somebody said one time. That's more dangerous than people that's just trying to hide it. Yeah. But you was still talking though, John?
No, I was just saying it's just messed up a lot of the names that are getting pulled into this, and now you're looking at those artists differently though. Now, I mean. I mean,
I don't care.
Neither. And that's what people should have. They should have that mentality. I don't give a fuck what a man does. I mean, but my only thing is that with the media, I hate that them doing is that they're always demasculating the black male. They're always doing that. But whatever the case of what a person
if the
does,
black male was demasculating the black male though.
So, but I mean, the media has no problem putting that shit out there.
What do you mean when they say demasculate?
You know, like the persona of the straight. Strong black man, just straight, like no homosexual tendencies, no none of that. You just it's always a breakdown. Put you in the dress, make you homo or something like that.
That's what I felt like you was getting to.
Homosexual.
Put you in the dress thing. But my issue with that is, for one, if you're an actor, you're acting, you're playing a role. You're not that real person. Right. So wearing a dress as an actor, as a man, I feel like they're making too much of it, for one, because
I agree.
White actors do that shit too.
Right.
And then they win Oscars for doing that shit.
Right.
Like Robin Williams when he did Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That. At the end of the day, if they asked you to wear a dress, like, and most motherfuckers that wore dresses blew up. Like, all that shit Dave Chappelle was talking about, that shit, I seen, they got a skit with him with Howard Stern where he's playing the chick Robin.
Yeah, I seen that too. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, if you had the foundation, because the foundation is everything. Mm-hmm. If you had the first couple guys say, no, I'm not wearing a dress, we don't have that. The fact that people wearing a dress is like black people. Mm-hmm. They may feel like Vito was saying. It's just acting. But at the end of the day, you have the right to say yes or no.
Yeah. Yep. But
I think if a lot of them was stern and said no, we wouldn't have that right now.
So you don't think that the ones that did say no and stood on that, like, that their careers would have been totally different if they did?
Not necessarily, because you can wear a dress and not be a successful actor.
But again, on that point you saying, before you make your next point, if the foundation says no, we don't even have this issue, because the first couple guys, they said, no, we're not doing this. But you look at, damn, Vito did it. He went from 300,000 to 5 million. John did it after, and he went from 250 to 7 million. I'ma do it. You know what I mean? But if you go from the foundation, whoever is the first person in the black chain that said, all right, I'm going to wear a dress. If you go there and you start...
I think that there's a society within Hollywood that if you play ball, you get roles. You get those jobs. You get to be that.
But if everybody doesn't play ball,
but if everybody,
we don't have that game.
We wouldn't. Yep, exactly. But a lot of them folded. And they took it. Like, besides for Cat Williams, how many comedians do you know that didn't put on a dress?
But like Vito saying, if you're an actor, is it wrong to put on a dress?
I don't think it's wrong. But I definitely
you think it's wrong because you looking at it as most black people.
No, I just think that there's an agenda with them pushing that. That's all I'm saying. So if you're doing it for a role, that's part of your act. That's part of your persona or your or whatever you're doing for that character or for that movie role. That's fine. That's fine. But
let me ask you and the people one question, right? Tupac. Mm-hmm. If Tupac would have put on a dress for a movie role, and that movie role whatever. If Tupac just, will we look at him different?
No. I don't look at nobody different.
I'm talking to John though. John look at it.
I'm sitting here
different.
thinking, I don't
Will
know.
we look at Tupac different if Tupac did a role? Because to me, Tupac was a great actor.
Yeah, he was.
Even though he was a rapper, he was a great actor. So will we look at him different if he did a Mrs. Doubtfire role?
But
And he got an
I
award
would
for
because
it.
I'd be like, bro, why? Like, because
How,
because your depth is so much more than the Mrs. Doubtfire to put on the dress.
You know, he went to a school of performing arts. Where he did
I agree.
ballet and all that type of
He
shit.
could definitely act, but I mean,
But that, listen, you talking about your range is deeper than that. Actually shows how deep your range is if you can pull
if
off.
you can pull
a
off
woman as a man.
Vito, shout out. What we drinking, Vito? Because whatever we drinking got you focused today, man. What we drinking, man? Shout out to them.
I don't know.
Go ahead, John. What you was gonna say?
No, I just don't get it. I mean, I understand that it's for money or whatever, and that's for your job, it's for your acting career.
But
they telling you this Big Mama house is paying $20 million. You put it on that motherfucking dress.
Nah, bro,
'Cause
I'm not.
Listen, okay.
But I mean, if that's
Hold on.
that
Martin does-
actor's art, then
Martin does 1,000,000 characters.
right.
And you're just gonna separate and
and that's
point out
part
the
of him.
female?
Yeah, he did. He did all that.
Right, but the flip side of that is right. The people that's not our complexion, when their actors do that, they're looking at it like they're diverse.
Names. I wait for anybody to give me 5 white actors that do that.
I'm sure it is.
And everybody's
We
going to
don't-
say that.
we don't follow
but
them.
we can name them like off the top of the head when it comes to black folks.
Because we follow them.
I guess.
Let
All
me say, Diddy Allegations, right? My thoughts is this, right? They're all allegations. What separates our era from the new era? Our era believed that money don't make you thorough.
It don't.
Yep, I agree.
And P. Diddy, these allegations is the perfect example. P. Diddy is a millionaire at the time. He's eventually a billionaire. He's a successful black person, right? And my whole thing is, when you got that type of money, you got that type of success, that type of name, you don't gotta spike drinks, my nigga. You that guy. You don't gotta do that.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You don't have to do that.
You know
The
what?
girls want to be around you.
Is one of my favorite R&B artists, and they have a lot of allegations lately. Trey Songz,
Right.
They're saying the same shit about him, like not spiking drinks, but like borderline taking it.
Right. My whole thing is just Diddy, because I've heard artists say it. I've heard people that's suing him say, my nigga, you got that type of money, that type of influence. Girls want to be around you. They want to.
If he is freaky ball,
I don't
I
care
don't
if
think
he.
he's spiking drinks. They know what it's hitting for with him.
Nah, man.
Everybody, listen, this is not
it's
new.
too many people saying he's
These
spiking
allegations
drinks.
ain't new. I don't think he's spiking drinks. I think they know what it's hitting for, and they get busy.
Nah, man. That boy. Come on, man.
Them boys ain't. I don't think he's spiking drinks. They know because these allegations ain't new. This
Yeah,
shit,
they not new,
it's
but what
more-
I'm saying is with multiple people saying you spiking drinks, bro, come
He
on.
might be, but I don't think he's spiking everybody.
But
that,
if he
that might be
is-
the way out.
Like, again, this is all allegedly. But if he is, my nigga, you don't gotta do that.
You don't.
You don't.
Like with the Bill shit, Bill ain't have to do that.
Bill don't have, why? Why are you got, because at the end of the day, money don't make you thorough.
Money don't unlame a lane.
Money don't unlame a lane, and we know this in our generation. This new generation is all about money. If you're perceived to have money, you're popping. But at the end of the day, my nigga, money don't make you thorough.
At all. You can't, if you drive a Bentley, you can't bring your Bentley in the club. So Shorty don't know what you driving.
Facts.
This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, da, da,